Welcome to my first tutorial. I believe I used all cruelty-free products, so I hope that helps you on your journey with cruelty-free products as well. I'm learning a lot about them, but I'm also learning that some companies may be saying that they do not test on animals and kind of finding the loophole by saying like they do not test on animals in America.
NARS, I'm trying to figure out if they really test on animals or not, but they are not able to get back with anybody regarding if they sell in China, because they're owned by a company that I can't say I don't know. Anyway, they're owned by somebody who makes a lot of products that are sold here, and a lot are sold in China. So anyway, so they say they do not test on animals. They used to be under the PETA certification, or whatever you want to call it, as not testing on animals, but a few years ago they were taken off of that. So, but they can't say why, they just say that they don't test on animals. So I'm not sure what that means. So, and I know, like, I really love NYX and Urban Decay, but they still have the partner, or the parent company that does. So I know probably some of that information trickles down and blah, blah, blah. So
I'm going to post a video sometime, in the next couple months, just about, I don't want to be attacked if I use something that has, that is not cruelty free, or what if it switches and I don't know, because companies switch with each other all the time. But let me know if you have information like somebody is cruelty free, somebody is not, or some of the switch. Please link it down below and comment and let me know, because I do want to be accurate, but it's kind of hard, and because you find all these cruelty free lists and some of them are different, so it's difficult.
I hope you liked this tutorial. Give me suggestions and feedback. I don't have a very good setup, and I don't know if I'll be able to get one in the next couple months. But if you have any suggestions, I will definitely take those into consideration and apply what I can now, and hopefully apply the others later. I did try to use some products that we got from our boxes and stuff, those of you who get all those subscription boxes. And I appreciate you watching, and remember, I am kind of new on my makeup journey, so this is like a lot of the stuff that I've learned in the past since July. June or July. July was the first time I learned about stores like Ulta and Sephora. I did not know that they were makeup stores. Did not know. I knew about the grocery store cosmetic aisle. Also, my hair is whitish gray because I put dry shampoo in it. I was planning on making it pretty, and then I kind of got lazy and I don't care. So, anyway, that explains that. And I probably showed you some in the video. I got a little sunburn. Forgot my sunscreen. Didn't even think about it because I was doing the gorilla run, so I was wearing a mask for some of it. So I took my mask off for lunch, and we were outside, and I got a sunburn. So my skin is very dry. I did not want to be doing face makeup, and I don't wear face makeup very often. So anyway, enjoy this. Let me know your thoughts, and how maybe should I name these looks? Because I have a couple ideas, but I don't know how I should name them. And I guess that's it. So if you are a subscriber, thanks, and remember, look at my giveaway video so that I can give you stuff. And if you are not, please subscribe and share and be part of the community. Okay. Remember, if you are considering getting a pet, whatever kind of pet, try to adopt and not shop. Look at your local shelters and rescues. Alright? Bye.
Okay, let's get started. Hello YouTube, this is me without makeup. I'm having an extra bad face day due to sunburn and stuff, but my eyebrows are doing pretty well. Normally they look a little bit shorter because the hairs are a little bit blonder. What I use is NYX. It's pretty cheap. I think it's like $4.99 or something. NYX, it's in 04 Auburn red, and I use the red and I mix it with a little bit of the brown. I use more red when I'm doing the outline and more brown when I'm doing the filling in. So I am not into the big bushy thick eyebrow look that everybody else is. I do want my eyebrows to look natural, and so that's what I do. I'm definitely not a professional eyebrow artist, so pretty much my technique is, painting them on like I'm doing now, and then I take the comb tool, the little mascara brush looking thing, and I kind of like buff them out so that they look a little bit more natural. And then anything that gets a little bit around, I wipe away with, usually my fingers can do it, or I end up just using some concealer later on. So eyebrows and mascara definitely take me the longest. So if you want to skip ahead a minute or so and get to the actual eye makeup and stuff, go ahead. Alright, so my eyebrows are done with coloring them in. Now I am using this tool to buff them out to make them a little bit lighter. I feel like that makes them look more natural and lightens them up, because my eyebrows are really not dark. I mean, you saw them. So anyway, I sometimes need to go fill in the gaps, and I like this because it just looks more natural. When I put my eye makeup on, they'll actually look even better and more light. And because before I was like buffing them way out because I was like, they look so dark, but once I put my eye makeup on, it really does make a big difference. Now on to the eyes. This is Urban Decay Eyeshadow Primer. I put it all over my lid and even on the sides of my eyes and underneath. Then I will be using the first eyeshadow, and it is by Makeup Geek. It is Peach Smoothie, and this is just a tan color, a very light tan color with a little bit of orange in it. So you can use whatever you want. It's just barely a little bit different from my skin, so your skin may be darker, probably is, because I'm definitely pale. I'm putting that all over, like above the crease. I like to reach almost to my eyebrow, and then in the crease and a little bit below, and making sure I get that outer corner. Next, I like to blend a lot on certain looks, and this is one of them. Now we are using Makeup Geek Chickadee. This is a more orangish color. It is not as scary orange as it looks. If you do not want to buy this, Makeup Geek is awesome and they're cruelty free, but if you do not want to purchase this, then don't, because it does not make a huge difference. And we're going to use another orange that will cancel this out almost. So I am just putting that, instead of on that bone, I am putting it just under it in the outer corner. Now that was NYX LOL, and that is a more orangey color, as you can kind of see that it's showing up a little bit more. And I'm putting that just on the inside of where I put that Chickadee, so that Chickadee still is there for blending, but again, you're not going to be able to notice the difference. I'm not going to focus too much on brushes. I will try to show you in the videos, but I don't listen to a lot of people and their brush stuff, because I find that I use completely different brushes, and I don't want to support a certain brush brand. So that was Showgirl that I'm putting on my eye now. I'm putting it in the crease, and putting it a little bit darker on the outside corner, and I'm also putting it on the top part of the eyelid, moving inward. And this is called Showgirl by NYX. The one brush is the Birchbox blending brush that I love, and then the other one, the white one, is the Bodyography. I'm just going in and blending all that out. I'm not putting any extra product or anything on it. If you see me wiping, I'm just wiping. That is that Chase commercial, the Chase. I love it. I'm obsessed with it. Anyway, this is Heat by NYX, and I'm just putting it a little bit under my crease and filling out my outer 3/4 of my eye, because I end up blending it in just a little bit, but not quite to the inner eye. This is a pretty beautiful color, like a rust color. Love it. And I'm using the same two brushes for pretty much this whole thing. I love them. I don't feel the need, and maybe it's just because I'm lazy, to wash my brushes daily. So I normally do, I spray them a couple times a week, and then I wash them every maybe a couple of weeks. So right now I'm just blending again, blending all that out. Now, these I can't even understand. Like, I love them. This is the NYX Pearl Mania, and the color is actually in Pearl. And I'm putting that over the inner half of my eye. This is a brush that we got in our Ipsy boxes. The white brush I got in my Wantable box. But this Elizabeth Mott brush, the pink one I'm using, I feel like it's a little tough. So for blending and stuff and putting on actual eyeshadow, but I really like it for putting this stuff on. I am not wetting my brush at all. This is how it looks. This is the NYX Pearl Mania as well, but it is in the color Orange Zest Pearl. And this is really more, instead of color, it has a faint color. It looks like it's orange, but it's mostly just glitter. But I really love it. I love the pigments. So we're going back in with the Peach Smoothie. I'm just kind of making that color blend out a little bit around my eyebrows. And I got distracted. Okay, now we're using another Makeup Geek. I don't like to have my under eye too dark, so I'm using Grandstand. You can definitely use a darker color and it would look fine. I've done this look with darker colors. This is Grandstand. It's one of their foiled eyeshadows. I also like it when it gets a little bit in my waterline. I think it's pretty. And then we're going in again with that, what was it? Heat. And blending that out. And then I'm taking the inner corner of that pearl color, that light color, and just moving it a little bit and blending that into it. I'm using the brush that we got in our BoxyCharms that some of us got. It is Modern Minerals. I really like it. This is Real Techniques eyeliner brush. I am using the NYX Gel, and I find it's comparable to the Maybelline one everybody loves, but Maybelline tests on animals. I didn't start using cream or gel eyeliners until like a month or so ago, and I am impressed with them. They're so much easier to apply. I used to, like, I'm really excited I got my eyeliner right first try. I used to take forever, and now, like, probably 50% of the time I don't have to, like, work at it. So this is Urban Decay Shadow Box. I believe it might be exclusive to Ulta. I could be wrong. And I'm using Cowboy. And I put that in my inner tear duct. I have a lot of problems with eyeliners just disappearing, or like Urban Decay has some great eyeliners. They're kind of like, feel like cream or gel eyeliners, but they're in pencil form. And when I put them on my eye, about, I don't know, within 45 minutes, it's not instantly, but they start to gunk up and dirty my contacts. And it happens pretty much every time. Even if I put them on my top lid a little bit, eventually I feel like somehow gets into my eyes. So I try not to use it anymore. I love using shadows too. They're a lot cheaper to buy if you're using a weird color. So this is Lord & Berry. They say they do not test on animals. This is number 1351 in black. This is my first time using this. I got this in my Wantable. I liked how it looked at the end, but I'm normally a one coat mascara kind of person, and I definitely needed to do 2 coats. Mascara takes me forever, no matter when I'm using it. It takes me forever. So you might want to skip ahead a minute if you are comfortable with your mascara routine. I do not have any method to my madness. holy moly, finally done with mascara. Now I'm going back in with that Urban Decay Cowboy, and sometimes my mascara, I get it a little bit too close to my waterline, and this helps prevent that from transferring, and also stamps out a little bit of stuff that I already got on my waterline. So that's my eyes. Now I'm using the Jouer, I think is what it's called. I'm bad at pronouncing things, and I've been pronouncing it wrong. Primer. I don't love this primer, but the primer that I'm almost out of, that I really do love, is not cruelty-free, so I will not be repurchasing, so I'm going to have to find another primer. I have started just putting the primer, because I like mattifying primers, and this is not one, it's just age-defying. But my mattifying primers I put just on the places I have large pores and some wrinkles. So now I'm using the Jouer Matte Moisture Tint, or Jouer, I don't know. Anyway, this is like a sunscreen kind of moisturizer with a tint. I like to wear medium coverage or light coverage foundations, and I put as small amount on as possible. So I don't know how well you can see this like on a big screen, but there are some spots on my skin that are dry and cracked a little bit, so normally it's not like that. This is one of the only foundations I have ever been able to find that looks pretty good on my skin. This is just NYX concealer. It is in the color Fair, and I like it pretty well. I normally don't use as much concealer, but I had some marks on my face and some rough spots, so there you have it. And I blended it with my finger, and then I go in with the foundation brush and blend it out a little bit more. That's where you can see kind of where my skin's real dry. Now the Anastasia contour palette. This is just the one that you buy at the store, their original one. Using the banana powder, the clear or the yellow, a little bit under my eyes. I just go lightly with that because I do find that it will actually turn it yellow. And then I used just the light matte powder under my eyes as well and cheeks. Now I'm using the middle contouring color. It's like more of a grayish top color, and putting that in my hairline, using the same color, using the brush I got in my Ipsy, the Luxie brush. I love it. And I tend to put just above the halo. Some people put in the halo, I put just above. Sometimes I do this, I'm doing it for you, really, just to make my jawline a little bit sharper. Apparently I have a good jawline. People told me I wish it were a little bit more defined. So sometimes I do this, but I find if I just do it just under my chin, and this is totally different for face shape. Find out your face shape, because if you do exactly what I'm doing and you have like a round face, it's going to do the opposite of things you want. My nose takes forever. I'm still working that out with myself on how to make my nose look a little bit smaller. So that's what's going on here. Like I said, I was contouring under my chin and my jaw. I find that for my face shape I need to go up by my ear as well and meet where I contoured my cheek. And because if I don't and I leave that light, it makes me look like I have really weird cheek parts by my ear. I don't know what I'm trying to say. Just makes me look kind of wide in the jaw. So now I'm just blending that out. I put I do a very blended part first and very light powdery, and then I go in sometimes with a stiffer brush and draw a line. So this is just, you put it under your lips and makes it look a little bit fuller, and then you do a U shape. I was told at Sephora, I'm not sure how I feel about it, a U shape to make your chin look a little bit more pointed. I don't think that my chin looks a little bit more pointed or defined, so I usually don't do that. I'm putting just the matte color as a straight line up. That definitely helps. It shows up a little bit on the screen like way bright and violent and like in your face, and like it's not. I don't know. And then I'm putting a little bit of the shimmery highlighter on my Cupid's bow. Now I'm using a blush by So Susan. It's a universal blush. It's very light, very feminine. And then I do a figure 8 to help blend it out. Now I am using the NYX Illuminator again highlighter. I think it's so beautiful. I barely put anything on there because I'm already kind of an oily girl, so if I put too much I look like I just sweat all over myself and then just put makeup on. I'm putting in the inner corners. I love using this for the inner corners. And then I take a softer brush. This is the crown brush, the dual-ended crown brush that we got in our Ipsy, and I put a little bit, still lightly up there. I don't like to look like I have too much makeup on by my brow bone. Now I'm just using that white matte powder and just cleaning up a little bit of those edges. Using NYX Eye Primer, Proof It, and putting it, normally I put it on my finger first, but I forgot. So I put it on my lips for some lipsticks that don't stay. This is the one we got in our BoxyCharm, the Jing Ai, and I don't remember what color it is because it doesn't say on the lipstick. But anyway, I love this stuff. Love it. I love the color. If I put it on without primer though, it does tend to separate pretty quickly and it looks a little chalky. But when I put it on with primer, it's perfect. And I tell you, I put this on and I ate and drank, and probably it was 8 hours till bed when I put this on, so I put this on in the middle of the day, but it lasted like forever. So anyway, here is my look. I'm just putting that NYX Illuminator on my lips. I hope you enjoyed. Thanks so much for watching my first tutorial. Bye!